Alright guys, here's the walkthrough. That's the current setup of it. That's the shelving over the tank. Let's walk around here to the back so I can show you. This is some of the shelving in the back. And as you can tell, there's black sealant that I used. Those are the screws that I used. 3-inch screws. And that's actually 11/32 plywood on top. And I basically just built a frame, almost like you would with a wall. And I want to say it's close to 16 inches in between off center. But when I went to build it, as you could tell, I just used this plastic piece as a reference on height wise, which worked out perfect because I was concerned about, generator fitment and equipment up underneath here, things of that nature. So I used this plastic piece on the side as a reference guide and basically built it on top of that. It's nice and snug in there. I want to say that's 4 foot 10.5 inches wide and roughly 2 foot and some change, I think, deep. So that's what I did. And as you could tell, I wanted to attach the shelving, the front shelving over the tank to the back. So I added, there was a gap. There's about a 2-inch gap from the front to where the bottom, it being level, that piece of plywood being level, about a 2-inch drop down. So I added a 2x4 in between and had to get creative because there was still a gap in between, just a slight gap in between. So I had a couple pieces of plywood. Let's walk around and look at that. It was scrap. Excuse the mess because I've been doing a little paint correction on it. That I fit in between the 2x4 so I could drill up. Let me take this out for you. As you can tell, I just split a 2x4 here as a stop. So I placed a small piece of plywood about the thickness of the 2x4 and just drilled my screws up into it to make this a completely level. I was one 2x4 short, so I had a bunch of cut pieces, which you really can't tell. You can tell a little bit, but it worked out great. Still, this is sitting directly over the hole for my fill spout. No issues getting in and out. It unscrews perfectly and it sits perfect. So my boxes, my totes just slide right over. And I want to say that's about 6 1/4 roughly, maybe 6 1/2 by 6 1/2, just enough so I can get down in there. Works out pretty good so I can fill it. Up underneath, I still had a little gap here. And I had this scrap piece of wood laying around. Actually, this is off a pallet that I had, just to fill this out. Just so it's just resting on the top of the tank. It's not pressing down hard or anything. Yeah, and then of course, this 3-inch screws are a little long. So luckily my daughter took the angle grinder and just cut those pieces off with a cutting blade. Got to do a little touch up underneath here. But plan on putting some cord reels up here. Cord reel, a vacuum hose reel, and probably a pressure washer hose reel. That way I can pretty much leave everything in here. So I can keep everything pretty much in there that if I don't need it. Also, I probably will, I have the gorilla stands right here. I probably will add down a L-shaped piece so I can slide my gorilla stands in and out up underneath here. I know I can at least fit one under there. Possibly, hopefully get the second one in there too. We'll see. Generator, yeah, I got this big one right now. I'm probably gonna swap it out with a Honda. That way I can have a little more space as far as that goes. That way I can probably mount my vacuum cleaner. Right now I just got a temporary setup on my tank with the hose. This is all, I got to plumb all this, do the plumbing on it, make it a little better. And I don't know whether, might continue to use this. I just might make it a permanent mount. I will add a piece of plywood down here with black diamond plate so I can permanently mount pressure washer in one of these areas. And then my generator, I'd like to get the slide out for the generator, make things a lot easier. And probably get some flex tubing just to be on the safe side for the exhaust, so I don't have the exhaust in my cab as much. Another thing I want to show you, I do not have a partition, which is fine. This does not move at all. So I did not have to make a stop of any sort. This is nice and snug in there. And I don't have a partition, but I didn't lose any of my driving comfort. That was one thing I did not want to lose because I got pretty long legs. So I did not want to lose any of my riding comfort. Still have to do a lot of cleaning, got to vacuum up, but that's pretty much a setup. Literally it was, the tank, just in case anybody's asking. That 65-gallon tank, that came from Tractor Supply. I'm actually looking to downsize possibly to a 50, maybe a 30 gallon tank, square, to possibly drop that down some. If so, then I'll probably adjust the shelving as well later on. But yeah, so as far as that goes, that's pretty much my setup as of right now. Still got a long ways to go. That's just the Minwax wood finish in the black from just hardware store. Construction screws, number 9, 3 inches. So it worked out really, really good. I'm happy with it so far. Still got a little ways to go on what I want to do with some stuff, but three 2x4s, 10 foot long. Could have used an extra one, so for that front stop right there. But yeah. And then 11/32 indoor plywood. So that was pretty much it. And basically just framing literally was just like any type of construction type framing. 2 2x4s on the outside edge. Standing tall. I hope this video helps some of you other ones out there that are trying to do your own thing. Trust me, I understand. And literally this cost me $84.63. That includes a brush for my finish, the screws, the plywood, the 2x4s, pretty much everything I needed. All right, guys, I appreciate it. I'm going to try to drop down all the items in the description on this video. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, yes, I know this isn't the greatest thing in the world. There's a bunch of things I could have done a little different probably to make it better, but for the time being, budget friendly. And just need to get it up and going as quick as I could. that's what I had. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.